What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be ranking every single Chelsea player's start to this season. You can think of this as a quarter season review so far, so we've got our tier list here. Let me just put it up on screen. So yeah, we're going to be ranking every player based on how well they have started this season alone. Nothing else, that's the main criteria. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Drop a like if you guys end up enjoying this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So let me introduce the tiers to you guys. It starts with world class, that means they've been absolutely on it this season. Solid, that means they've done a good enough job for us. Okay means nothing exceptional, they need to do a bit more to be impressive. Needs work means they've been bad, and horrible is self-explanatory. So yeah, with that, let's start with the first player on this tier list, which is Robert Sanchez himself. Robert Sanchez, I'm going to put in needs work because although he has those moments when he can be solid with his great saves, shot stopping ability, and he does have a good presence in the box, he needs work on his passing and on the ball ability, and too many errors. That Arsenal goal, that Liverpool Curtis Jones goal, the Man United goal. And while he hasn't been that bad, he has to be put in needs work just because we play in a system where the goalkeeper needs to be good on his feet. If we weren't playing in such a system, he would have been in solid 100%. But he needs work because we do expect him to play well with the ball on his feet. So that's why he needs to be in needs work. Next up is Cucurella. I'm going to generally put him in world class because since the start of the season, Cucurella has been absolutely amazing. The way he's been playing, the confidence he brought from the Euros, he's been solid. Last two games, the Man U and Newcastle game, he was benched, but even that, he came back to the 11 in the Arsenal game and he showed why he must be there. Levi Colwill, I'm going to put in solid. He had a great start to the season in my opinion. He's been a bit shakier in the last two games, I'd say, but he's still been really good. Great improvement from last year. Last year he really wasn't our starting centre-back ever, but this season he has been first choice centre-back, so that's credit to Enzo. He has to be in there. Next up is Enzo Fernandez, and I'm going to put him in needs work. I'm not going to beat around the bush. He hasn't been that good this season, but I know Enzo has that capability. This last week was particularly good. That Arsenal assist, 3 assists against Noah. In fact, on the day of recording today, he got an assist for Argentina. So yeah, Enzo can definitely reach the solid and world-class heights, but right now, he needs work because defensively, he just hasn't done much this season, and we need that in the midfield. Even attacking-wise, he hasn't done a lot, but hopefully he can soon get up to that solid. Next up is Wesley Fofana. I'm going to put him in okay, just because I think Fofana, he's done good to recover from his injury. He has been decent at the back, but not as solid as Colwill. He has looked a bit shaky, mistake prone, error prone, so that's why I'm going to put him in okay. And he's been playing once a week as well because to save his fitness. Then comes Reece James. This is an interesting one. I'm confused whether to put him in okay or solid. Just because he hasn't played a lot this season, I'm going to put him in okay. Of course, he returned back in October in the game against Liverpool. That's when his season started, and ever since that game, he's been world class. But just because we're judging the whole start of the season, he wasn't available, we're gonna put him in okay. Thank God he's back. Hopefully, he stays back for a long time. And of course, once Reece James is back for consistently 1 or 2 months, he's going straight into world class. For now, we'll put him in okay. The next guy, I don't even have to say anything. Colepalmer goes into world class straight up without a doubt because he's Colepalmer. There's nothing I have to say about him. 7 goals, 5 assists, crazy. There's nothing I need to say. Top class. Next up is Caicedo. He is also going in world class for me. Caicedo last 5-6 games has been immense in midfield. He's putting out those Kante-like numbers. Against Arsenal, against Man U, scored that goal, of course. Defensively, offensively, passing-wise, he's given crucial assists to Jackson twice. He has been immense this season. The way he has transformed under Maresca, hopefully long may it continue. Next up is nicolasjackson, and I'm going to put him in solid. Not in world class yet, but solid because 6 goals, 3 assists in 11 games this season. I think that's really good numbers. He has definitely started the season much better than last season. This counter-attacking kind of role seems to suit him. And even, in the build-up, he drops deep, links up with Palmer, Neto, Sancho, Madveke, whoever's there. I think he's been great. Next up is Jadon Sancho, and I'm going to put him in okay. He wasn't there for the first 3 games of the season, of course. Then he had a really good 3 games with 3 assists in each, and then the game against Forest and Liverpool where he looked kind of off. Then he got dropped, and now he's injured. So taking off that on the whole, I'm going to put him in okay. So while he was good for a bit, I don't think he's been consistent enough to be in solid. So I'm going to put him in okay. Hopefully he's back from injury soon because he was doing really good when he was playing. Next up is Noni Madueke, and I'm going to put him in okay. He had that hat-trick against Wolves and that goal against Nottingham Forest, but people are... At first they were criticizing his selfishness. He has worked on that, in my opinion. He has fixed that up. Now they're commentating on the fact that he's in scoring, he's in assisting, but defensively this guy gives it all, and he has had a decent start to the season. I'll put him in okay, but he is dangerously close to going in needs work, in my opinion. But I'll put him in okay for now, Madueke. He has that capability for 10 goals, 10 assists season, but I don't think it's going to come if he keeps playing like this. Next up is Pedro Neto. I'm going to put him in solid. Pedro Neto, especially with that goal against Arsenal, he has been such a good signing. You know, first he got his first goal contribution against Wolves in the Premier League. Then Conference League, he's been absolutely added from day one, goals, assists, whatever. And then even in big games now against Arsenal, he has broken into our starting 11, and I think he is now the first winger on the team sheet. 100%. He is our starting winger. Whether it's his crossing ability, beating the man, his pace, that assist for Jackson, which won goal of the month. Amazing. Pedro Neto has to be in solid. He has been so good for us this season. And yeah, that's all for Neto. Next up is Romeo Lavia. And I am actually going to put him in solid because he's come back from injury. He basically didn't play for us for a year. And he still looked good. He has looked good. He's been great defensively, passing wise he's been good. He doesn't contribute much attacking wise, but given the fact that he was injured for so long and he's doing such a good job, I'll put him in solid. Next up is Christopher Nkunku, and he goes into the solid category as well for me because Nkunku, though he hasn't had any Premier League GA, it has been a lack of Premier League minutes, but in the Conference League he has been absolutely lighting up the place, and I know that's expected from him, but the fact that he is doing it is the good thing. Top scorer of the Conference League, I think. I'll have to check. But yeah, Nkunku, I know there's rumours about him leaving because he's not getting enough game time. But Nkunku with time, I think, is going to look like a really smart move by the new owners. And yeah, he has been good. There's no denying it. It's just that Palmer, Jackson, Neto, these guys have been so good. They are undroppable right now. So that's why Nkunku's not getting any minutes. The same case goes for João Felix, who I am going to put in okay. Because João Felix, he hasn't lit up the stage in the Conference League like Nkunku has. And same thing in the Premier League. He has had a lack of minutes, even though he has scored a Premier League goal, unlike Nkunku this season. He is pushing to get into the Premier League team, but Maresca's just not trusting him. But that could have been just because we had big games. He didn't want to go all out attacking. Against these small teams coming up like Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, Fulham, Palace, I think we're going to see a lot more of João Felix, so get ready for that. Malo Gusto, I'm going to put in needs work. Let's be honest, Gusto has not been as good this season as last season. I know Maresca's trying to play him in the 10 when he inverts in the pocket and whatnot. It's just not working as good. He is messing up a bit. But yeah, I think the fullback pairing should be Cucurella James. Gusto is starting right now, but I think that's going to be a thing of the past after the international break. He needs to improve, but seeing Gusto last season, I know he can do it. Next up is Mykhailo Mudryk. I'm going to put him in okay because he has had limited prem opportunities, but he has improved. You cannot say that he hasn't improved under Maresca. He's doing good in the Conference League, and then moments like that Southampton game when he ran the length of the pitch and gave the assist to Nkunku. If only he would have scored that, we could have won that game. So yeah, moments like that, he has definitely improved. But then there's games like that Newcastle one where he comes on and he just doesn't do anything. You know, he is invisible, he's anonymous, so I think he's very close to the needs work category, but he has improved in recent weeks, so I'm going to put him in okay. Then comes Renato Veiga. I'm a bit torn between solid and okay, I'm gonna put him in okay because, I mean, he hasn't done anything crazy and it is the Conference League, but he's been pretty good in the Conference League. Solid at the back, scored as well. So I'm gonna put him in okay. Nothing much to say. It's a good squad buy, backup left back, so yeah, okay. Next up is Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, and I'm gonna put him in needs work because Dewsbury Hall has just not featured enough. He doesn't even make the bench in the Premier League games. He basically only plays in the Conference League and the Carabao Cup, which we don't play anymore. Carabao Cup, he has scored, he looks decent, but it does look like an unnecessary buy now when we have Andre Santos on loan, Ugo Chukwu on loan. So yeah, Dewsbury Hall has to work harder to just show anything, any promise to Chelsea fans. Next up is Tosin, and I'm going to put him in okay. Tosin was a free signing. He did look a bit shaky at the start, but then in the Bournemouth game, for example, he looked really good. So we brought him in to start in the Liverpool game when Fofana was suspended, but that game he really did do well. But he has looked solid in the Conference League, scored his first goal a few days ago in the Conference League. So I'm going to put him in okay. He is good. He does have that calm presence on the ball in defense, but he's just not that great to be starting in Premier League games yet. So that's why I'm not going to put him in solid. Next up is Axel Disasi. A lot of you are going to put him here or maybe even in needs work. But I'm actually going to put him in okay. Like this guy, he was our most available player with Gallagher last season. He is forced to play at right back, which is not his natural position. So obviously he's going to look bad. He's not a bad centre back, you know. He really isn't that bad. These mistakes are mostly from Badiashile, who I'm going to talk about next. Disasi at centre-back is really not that bad. But to be honest, if I have to judge from this season, I'll have to put him in needs work because he has been bad this season. But I'm just going to say it's because he's playing at right-back because we have had no options since Reece James was injured. But now I expect to see Disasi at centre-back a lot more and he's going to do much better. Disasi and Badiashile are way different in terms of categories. I know people like to put the two together, the Monaco brothers, but Badiashile is a lot more error prone than Disasi in my opinion. Disasi is a solid centre back. You know, I remember that City game last season. Disasi, even though he needs work, he will do good when he starts playing centre back. Badiashile, I'm just going to be straight with it, horrible. He's the first and probably only player to be put in the horrible list. It's just too many errors, too many mistakes, too many mess ups. It's not needed. We don't need a centre-back who creates so many opportunities for the other team. I don't want such a guy starting games for me. So that's why I'm going to put him in horrible. I know Chelsea trust him. He looked really good under Potter in his first 6 months, but he's just not been great since last season and even under Maresca. So yeah, no idea what's going to happen to Badiashile. Right now he has been pathetic. Mark Gu, I'm going to put him in okay. He does look really good when he plays. He hasn't had much opportunity because of Nkunku in the Conference League. He works really hard, presses the ball. He scored his first goal recently, but I remember that miss early on in the qualifiers against Servette. Okay, nothing much to say. I wouldn't put him in needs work because he's been decent. So yeah, that's all for Mark Q. Next up is Cesare Casadei, and I'm going to put him in okay as well. He has been playing in the Conference League games. He of course understands Maresca's system a bit more than the others, at least at the start of the season, because last season he was at Leicester on loan for 6 months, so he has played under Maresca, and that is kind of visible in the Conference League games. Maresca plays him as a 6, you know, kind of what he wants Enzo to do, and he has been doing that in the Conference League, so yeah, that's not bad. He's been pretty decent. Next up is Carney Chukwuemeka. Needs work, you know, no two ways about it. He hasn't been getting into the team, and even when he gets opportunities, he doesn't do much. He has to improve to get back into the team. Then we have Philip Jorgensen. I'm going to put him in okay. I don't know what to make of this guy because we are keeping clean sheets. We have kept a clean sheet finally in the Conference League, but we even conceded in the Conference League against these B-tier strikers. So I really don't know what to judge this guy as. Is it good? Is it bad? Are these defensive mistakes? His mistakes? Unless we see him in the Premier League, I really don't know what to make of him, so I'll just put him in okay. Ben Chilwell, I guess I have to put him in horrible, but I mean, he hasn't really been horrible because he hasn't really played. He's just played one half of football all season. So yeah, nothing I can say on Ben Chilwell. Hopefully he finds a good club because we know the talent this guy has. Hopefully he finds a good move and he succeeds there. So yeah guys, that's it for this tier list. You can see it in full now on your screens. So yeah, that's all for this video, guys. Comment down below if you agree with me, disagree with me. I will put a link of this tier list in the comments so that you guys can make your own. So yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Videos will be there during the international break, maybe one more. But then yeah, hopefully club football is back soon. The international break is so boring. So yeah, I'll see you for the next one, guys. Have a good day and goodbye.